She stopped waiting for words a long time ago. That's the thing no one tells you. You've been choosing your words carefully, arranging them, rehearsing them. You believe, because you were taught to believe, that love is something you explain, clearly, convincingly, out loud. But a mature woman doesn't fall into devotion through explanations. She falls through something she feels before she understands it. A quality of stillness, a certain quality of attention, a gesture so quiet, so precise, that most men walk past it every single day and never know what they missed. And here is the part that quietly breaks things. When she grows a little distant, when the warmth in her eyes dims by a degree, most men assume something is wrong with them. They perform harder, or they go silent, or they slowly disappear into themselves, while she watches and wonders why he never learned to speak the one language she actually hears. That language has no words. And today, you're going to learn it. My name is Dr. Amelia Brooks. I've spent over 20 years as a relationship psychologist, working with couples and with men across the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia. Men at every age, every background, every stage of love and quiet loneliness. And in all that time, I have seen one pattern repeat more than any other. Men who are genuinely caring, steady, attentive, deeply loving, losing women not because they didn't love them, but because they never understood how that love needed to land. So before we go any further, I need you to hear this. You are not broken. You did not fail. You were simply never taught this. No one sat you down and explained how a mature woman experiences emotional connection, what registers for her, what she quietly notices, what moves her in ways she may never say out loud. That is not your fault, but it is something you can change. Today, I'm going to show you 7 silent gestures, small, specific, deeply human, that when offered with genuine presence, can unlock something in a mature woman that most men never knew was reachable. But first, one thing science wants you to know. As we move into our late 30s, 40s, and beyond, the nervous system changes. The part of the brain responsible for reading safety and trust becomes less impressed by grand gestures and far more sensitive to consistency. In plain language, she isn't harder to reach. She is simply more honest about what actually reaches her. More effort rarely works. More presence almost always does. Most men never realize this. They keep doing more words, more plans, more noise, when what she is asking for, in her silence, is something far simpler. The first gesture is what I call unhurried attention. Picture this. She is speaking. Maybe about her day, maybe about something sitting heavy in her chest. And instead of forming your response while she's still mid-sentence, instead of waiting for your turn, you simply go still, not blank, still. The way a person looks when they are actually somewhere, present in full. A woman who has lived long enough to know the difference between being heard and being waited out, and she will feel that difference before she can name it, responds to that stillness with something that takes most men years to earn: trust. Not because you did something impressive, because you didn't do something most people can't stop themselves from doing. When a woman feels truly received, not judged, not redirected, not solved, her nervous system reads your presence as safety. And safety, for a mature woman, is the ground on which devotion grows. Here is what I want you to do. Next time she speaks, put down whatever is in your hand. Turn slightly toward her. Let your face relax. When she finishes, pause one full breath before you speak. That pause carries more weight than most conversations. The second gesture is sacred noticing, not compliments, something more precise. Noticing the small private things, the way she arranges her space when she's anxious, the silence she goes into when something is heavy, the small pleasure she takes in a certain light, or a song she never mentions, but always turns up. And then, without performance, reflecting it back. This tells her something no words can replicate. It says, I see you. Not the version you present, the real one, the one you thought no one was watching. We are neurologically wired to feel closest to people who reflect us accurately. When someone notices a true detail about who you are, not a generalization, something precise, the brain experiences being known. And being known is the deepest safety a human being can feel. Here's what I want you to do. This week, notice one thing about her that she assumes goes unseen. Then, when the moment is natural, name it quietly. Not as a strategy, as a gift. I worked with a woman named Patricia, 61, from Edinburgh. 12 years into a relationship, she felt invisible. Not unloved, invisible. Then one morning, her partner looked up from his coffee and said, "You always go quiet on Sunday mornings. What goes through your mind then?" She told me she couldn't breathe for a moment. No one had ever noticed there was something there to ask about. That one question changed their relationship. Not because it was clever, because it was true. And this is where it connects back to what we started with. Those gestures so small that most men walk right past them. The third gesture is holding space without filling it. A mature woman carries things she doesn't say, old losses, unresolved questions, moments from years ago that still surface in ordinary days. She has learned that most people, when faced with her depth, will try to fix it, minimize it, or grow uncomfortable with it. So she holds it alone. Most men, sensing her holding something, reach immediately for words. They want to help. They want to say the right thing. But here's what changes everything. What she is often looking for is not a solution. It is permission to carry what she carries, in the presence of someone who is not frightened by it. Here is what I want you to do. The next time you sense she is carrying something, don't ask, "What's wrong?" Move a little closer. Put your hand lightly on hers. Say only, "I'm here." Then be quiet. She will come to you on her own time. She will remember that longer than you will. The fourth gesture is the language of steady eyes. This one is almost embarrassingly simple, and yet it is one of the most underused forms of connection I observe in couples across every culture and every age. Looking at her, not a glance. Not the distracted flick of acknowledgement while your mind is elsewhere. Actually looking. When she speaks, when she laughs, when she moves through a room. A quality of gaze that says, without a word, "You are worth looking at." A mature woman has lived through a partner whose gaze slowly wandered toward screens, toward habit, toward the middle distance of a man who stopped being curious about her. She felt that absence in her body, in the quiet way she stopped reaching. Your willingness to look at her with genuine, unhurried attention reactivates something she may have quietly stopped expecting. Here is what I want you to do. Tonight, at some ordinary moment, look at her, not with intensity, with warmth. Hold that gaze 2 seconds longer than feels comfortable. Then let it soften. No words needed. She will feel it. The fifth gesture is naming what you feel, without explaining it away. Men have been trained to manage their emotional world in private, to surface only what feels acceptable, to translate feeling into logic before saying it out loud. And for many men, this habit has become so automatic they've forgotten something is being translated at all. But a mature woman notices the translation. She doesn't need you to fall apart. She doesn't need poetry. She needs to feel that somewhere inside you, there is a real emotional life that occasionally surfaces. "I missed you today," said plainly, is more intimate than an hour of carefully chosen words. Here's what I want you to do. Once in the next 7 days, name something you genuinely feel, without qualification. I love watching you do that. Something about today made me grateful for you. Let it be imperfect. Imperfect is human, and human is what she has been hoping for. The sixth gesture is remembering small things, not birthdays, not anniversaries. Anyone can remember those. The conversation she had 2 weeks ago about a friend she was worried about. The thing she mentioned wanting to try, once, briefly, then never brought up again? The small fear she named almost in passing, expecting no one to hold on to it. When you return to those things, when you ask weeks later, how did that turn out? Something shifts in her. She realizes you didn't just hear her in that moment. You carried something from it. That is one of the most quietly powerful forms of devotion a person can experience. To be remembered not in the grand moments, but in the small ones no one is supposed to keep. Here is what I want you to do. When she mentions something small, a worry, a hope, a passing detail, note it somewhere. Return to it in a week. Ask about it. Watch what that does to her face. The seventh gesture is the choice she can see. Every day, there are moments when you could be somewhere else, doing something easier, choosing something less complicated than the quiet, ordinary reality of the person in front of you. And sometimes, not with words, but with action, you choose her anyway. You come home when you didn't have to. You sit beside her when you could have been elsewhere. You put the phone down without being asked. You stay. A mature woman has lived long enough to know that love is not declared. It is demonstrated, not in the dramatic moments, in the invisible ones. The ones where no one is watching and no credit is given, and you choose her simply because she is worth choosing. Most men never realize how closely she watches those moments. She is not keeping score. She is reading your heart. Here is what I want you to do. Once this week, make a visible choice toward her in a moment when nothing requires you to. No explanation needed, just the act itself. She will know what it means. I want to tell you about a man named James, 48, from Phoenix. 9 years into a relationship with a woman he genuinely loved. He was what he called reliably fine, never unkind, never absent. But in 9 years, he had never once said anything emotionally unguarded. Every feeling arrived prepackaged, under control. His partner told him during a moment of real honesty, "I know you love me, but I don't know what it feels like inside you to love me. I've always wondered." That sentence stopped him completely. That night, he told her something he had never said to anyone. That loving her felt like finally being allowed to stop pretending he was fine when he wasn't. That she was the only place in his life where he didn't have to perform. She held his face in her hands and said nothing for a long time. "I had no idea you were carrying that," she finally whispered. "I would have held it with you." That wasn't manipulation. That wasn't a performance. That was simply a man letting himself be seen. Maybe she was more connected to you than you realized. Maybe your steadiness mattered more than your silence about it. Maybe she was never waiting for you to be different, only for you to show her the parts you kept in the dark. Research from the UCLA Marriage Lab found that in long-term couples who described deep satisfaction, the single most consistent predictor was not communication frequency, not shared activities, not even physical affection. It was the feeling of being accurately known, of having a partner who saw them, not the idealized version, the real one. You already have the capacity for this. You always did. Tonight, try just one of these. The one that felt most true when you heard it. The one that made something in your chest go quiet, like a door opening that had been closed a long time. Start there. If something in this video moved you, leave a comment. Not about what you learned, about what you recognized. That conversation matters more than you know. And in the next video, I'll be talking about something almost no one addresses honestly. What to do when a mature woman goes emotionally quiet, and what that silence is actually asking for. Take care of each other. I mean that. Dr. Amelia Brooks.